5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems go with Josh Appelbaum starts now.
Hello and welcome to episode 473 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. I am your host, Josh Appelbaum. What's going on, everyone? Happy Thirsty Thursday. Another day here in the arena, guys. And we got more college basketball conference tournaments to talk about because we are literally in the thick of it here. Conference tournaments, of course, we got teams punching their ticket to the big dance. We got other big conference tournaments starting up. But we got more games to talk about today. And also, want to remind everybody that it is a Thursday. So that means we have our Thursday Rhythm Rundown show. Every Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, stream live on Twitter. You can log right into Twitter, or X as it's now called. You can find me at Josh_Insights. We'll go live. You can hop right in. My buddy Kate Harper and myself will be breaking down all the big games for tonight, talking about as well, and more importantly, really the goal of the show is to help you guys use Rhythm to your advantage. So we're going to walk through games, talk about how we use Rhythm, how we apply it to our handicapping, and hopefully throw out some winners there, which is always the goal. But I look forward to seeing everyone tonight, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, stream live on Twitter for the Rhythm Rundown. Now, that being said, guys, I got 3 more college basketball plays for you. So we're going to continue to grind our 3-packs. All 3 very short money line favorites, but we got a dog to fave. I think actually we have 2 dog to faves, and we also got another game here with a good sharp line move as well. A couple good sharp mush edges, and because it is a Thursday, it's always nice to have 2 Rhythm Green Star recommended smart signal plays overlapping with some sharp mush edges, as well as games that we're looking at, just generally speaking. It's always nice when you do your handicapping on your own, then you go to Rhythm and Juice Reel, and they kind of back up what you're thinking there with some sharp angles as well. So a 3-pack, you guys know the deal. Let's try to go 2-1, eke out a winning night. Now, looking back to our last night, guys, 1-2, minus 1.27 units. Got a great hit with Idaho. Man, is there a team that's come through more for us recently? 2 nights in a row, Idaho gets it done. Good sharp line move, rest first tired. That de facto home court advantage. So Idaho came through with a 77-66 win to punch their ticket, win the Big Sky, and go to the NCAA tournament. But then, unfortunately, that was the only winner we got because Morgan State let us down. And I'm really annoyed by Morgan State because Morgan State, once again, it's like deja vu in a bad way. Sometimes deja vu, it's like, oh, I've seen this before and I have a good feeling. No, deja vu in a bad way because Morgan State did the same thing that Virginia Tech did 2 nights ago. And you know what I'm referring to. It's when you have the ball in your hands, the shot clock is off, you get the last possession, and if you score, you win the game. What happens? Well, just like Virginia Tech the night before, Morgan State cannot convert with the shot clock turned off to walk off with a win. Of course, it goes to overtime, and I feel like I jinxed myself, but again, I'm a superstitious person by nature, especially when it comes to sports betting, but I remember mentioning this on yesterday's pod after Virginia Tech lost. I said, doesn't it feel like anytime you have the ball in your hands, the team you're betting on has a chance to win it, and they don't score at the end of regulation, it feels like they almost always lose in overtime. And of course, what happened? Same exact thing. Vatech, then Morgan State. Morgan State can't score to end it, goes to overtime, lose in overtime 75-70. So that was a kick in the you-know-what. And then also Tarleton State. Tarleton State let us down. Now that line moved a little bit the other way late because it was -1, mostly Tarleton State. They even got as high as -2, but it actually came back the other way, closed closer to a pick'em. So that late movement was kind of going against us. And Tarleton State was down much of the game, made it interesting late, but came up short 84-78. So 1-2, minus 1.27 unit night. But you know what that means? That means we're going to get some good vibes here tonight. Hopefully some good breaks going our way. So let's get some winners. Let's talk about our 3 plays for tonight, guys. And then after the pod, I will see you at the Rhythm Rundown, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So with that being said, a 3-pack. Let's set the stage, talk splits, line move system matches, and I'll give you all 3 plays that I'll be sweating for tonight. So first but on the board, let's go to an early tip, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We got Middle Tennessee State playing Louisiana Tech. This is the Conference USA Tournament quarterfinal. So MTSU comes in 17-14 on the year. They are the 5 seed, but they're playing pretty well. They've won 5 in a row, just beat Missouri State 75-63 in the regular season finale. won outright as a 2.5-point road dog. Meanwhile, La Tech, 18-13 on the year. They're the 4 seed. They've won 3 of their last 4, just dominated Delaware 81-38. I had to double check that. 81-38. Talk about Delaware not scoring at all, but easily winning outright for La Tech, or winning anyway and covering as a 2.5-point road favorite. So what are we seeing across the market for this one? Well, this game opened with MTSU listed as a very short 1.5-point neutral site favorite. And the public doesn't know what to do. So once again, we have a case of a 50-50 ticket split. 50-50 spread bets. Again, public doesn't know whether to lay it with MTSU or go with La Tech. Similar records, very short number. So with a 50-50 split, what do we always talk about? In a vacuum, 50-50, line shouldn't move at all. However, when you do see a line move, that's meaningful to me. It tells me that even though the public doesn't know what to do, wise guys have taken a position and moved that number. And it looks pretty clear they've moved that number toward MTSU, because Middle Tennessee State has gotten bet up -1.5 up to -2. Quite a few shops reaching 2.5. So again, all movement liability has been on the MTSU side, even though the tickets are right down the middle. So it tells us the bigger wagers here going with Middle Tennessee State. Now, KenPom does have MTSU winning by 2, 67-65. He also has the Blue Raiders ranked quite a bit higher, 170th in the country versus 209th for La Tech. But you guys know where I'm going with this one. I ain't laying a 2, 2.5. Have MTSU win by 1 or 2. We lose or push our bet. So I did go money line with Middle Tennessee State. I got -134 a little bit earlier today. I believe that was at Ballybet. But definitely shop around, because I'm seeing some books closer to around -135, -140. But we definitely want to get that extra cushion. And again, at the sweat, it's so much better when you say, I just got to win this game when it's tight, and you get into fouls and last second shots and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, further evidence of smart money going with the money line here. At DraftKings, MTSU 55% money line bets, 64% money line dollars. So a good low bets, higher dollar split in favor of Middle Tennessee to win this game. Now, Middle Tennessee, few advantages that jumped out to me. Better offensive efficiency. Actually, a big advantage here. They rank 167th versus La Tech ranking 300th. Also, Middle Tennessee, better effective field goal percentage, 172nd versus 321st. They have the better three-point shooting, 194th versus 357th for La Tech. Better free throw shooting, which is huge in a close game with a short number, but they rank 252nd versus 349th for La Tech. And Middle Tennessee limits their opponents to fewer offensive rebounds. They rank 90th versus 205th. So 50-50 ticket split. Again, public doesn't know what to do with this Conference USA quarterfinal. However, even though it's 50-50, line has been moving toward MTSU. KenPom's got them by 2. We got good splits, bunch of stat advantages. My first bet of the night. It would be nice to start off with the night with a winner, MTSU, Middle Tennessee State. On the money line, I got the Blue Raiders at -134. Now, a couple late night sweats for you. A couple dog to fave line moves. 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Let's go to the second round of the American Conference Tournament. Florida Atlantic playing North Texas. Now, Florida Atlantic comes in 18-14 on the year. They are the 7 seed. They just held off Temple 63-59 in yesterday's first round. They won outright as a 1.5-point neutral site dog. Meanwhile, North Texas 18-13 on the year. They are the 6th seed. They have won 3 of their last 4. Just edged Rice 62-58 in the regular season finale. Did not cover, however, as a 6.5-point home favorite. So what have you seen across the market here? Well, this game opened with Florida Atlantic listed as a 1.5-point neutral site favorite. And once again, 50-50. Public doesn't know what to do. Similar records, short number. So once again, we have a 50-50 opportunity here to throw away contrarian value, because there's no contrarian value when the public isn't heavy on one side, but we can pay attention to line movement. And the line move has been on the mean green. Give me the mean green here tonight, guys. They went from +1.5 now to North Texas -1.5. So a clear dog to fave line move, which we love to see. Tells us big money is taking a position on the mean green. In particular, at DraftKings, only 50% spread bets, but 70% of spread dollars are on North Texas. And then we go over to Circa, only 33% of spread bets, but over 90% of spread dollars on the mean green. So dog to fave line move and a clear low bets higher dollars sharp split at both DraftKings and Circa. That Circa one's meaningful to me because that's a good sharp book with a really good discrepancy there. Now, I went to money line a short favorite here because, again, open 1.5, flip to 1.5. Could be a very close game. Hope it isn't. Again, whatever it takes for North Texas to win. But I did find North Texas earlier today, minus 105 on the money line at Ballybet. Looks like minus 120 is around your best price now, which still not a bad number on a money line. But definitely shop around because some books are closer to minus 125. But I really like the splits at DK on the North Texas money line. 36% bets, but over 50% of money line dollars. We also have quite a few advantages for North Texas. First off, if you've ever sweat North Texas, you know, they're a great defensive team. They are every year. But they have the better defensive efficiency, 42nd in the country versus 114th for FAU. North Texas forces more turnovers on defense, 9th in the country versus 241 or 241st for FAU. So North Texas plays great D, turns you over. They also limit their opponents to fewer three-pointers, 40th in the country versus 176, so they make you work for it behind the arc. And North Texas grabs more offensive rebounds, 66th in the country versus 128th for FAU. Lastly, the Mean Green, little rest versus tired advantage because they last played on March 4th, so they've been rested and ready to go. FAU is on the second leg of a back-to-back, and they are playing their third game since March 7th. So hopefully a rest versus tired in favor of North Texas. So we got a dog to fave line move. Hey, you had me at a dog to fave line move. By the way, any Jerry Maguire fans out there, one of my favorite movies, you had me at hello. Well, you had me at a dog to fave line move. But good splits. We got some great stat advantages. Rest versus tired. But you guys are going to love this. I popped open Juice Reel. Noticed a 25% sharp mush edge on North Texas. So 25% more of the sharper winning bettors, like you guys out there listening who have downloaded Juice Reel, synced up your books. The sharps are also on North Texas. And popped open Rhythm for the rundown tonight. I'm going to talk about this game, but there is a official Green Star recommended play on North Texas, where North Texas should be closer to minus 1.9. So second play of the night for me, going Mean Green, dog to fave. I got North Texas, again, minus 105 money line, but you can get them around minus 120 at this point. Last bet of the night. Let's keep our 11:30 p.m. if you're like me in New Englander here, or you're on the East Coast. Let's keep our late night juju going here, because I got an 11:30 p.m. tip in the Big West Tournament quarterfinal between UC Davis and Cal State Fullerton. Now, coming into it, we got UC Davis 19-13 on the year. They're the 6th seed. Just held off UC Santa Barbara 79-73 in yesterday's first round of the Big West Tournament. They won that game outright as a 4.5-point neutral site dog. Meanwhile, Cal State Fullerton 17-15 on the year. They are the 3 seed. Just crushed Cal State Northridge 90-77 in their regular season finale. Easily won outright as a 5.5-point road dog. So what are we seeing across the market here? Well, this game opened with UC Davis listed as a 1-point neutral site favorite. And if you like the Mean Green, you like Cal State Fullerton, because we got another dog to fave line move. We've gone from Cal State Fullerton getting a point to now minus 1.5, minus 2. Some books even got as high as minus 2.5 earlier today. So all movement and liability has flipped in favor of Cal State Fullerton. Now, spread bets look really good. Splits at both DraftKings and Circa on Cal State Fullerton. 55% tickets, 67% dollars on the spread for Fullerton at DraftKings. Over at Circa, I love this one. 43% spread bets, over 90% of spread dollars on Cal State Fullerton. So once again, low bets, higher dollars, good sharp split on Fullerton, which corresponds with this dog to fave line move. Also, looking at a money line play here, I got Cal State Fullerton minus 125 on the money line. You might be able to get as low as minus 120, but certainly shop around because some books are closer to minus 130. But the splits on the money line look really good as well. At DK, 62% money line bets, 86% money line dollars. At Circa, 50% money line bets, 74% money line dollars. So both books have a good low bets, higher dollar split in favor of a straight up Titans victory, the Cal State Fullerton Titans. Cal State Fullerton, couple advantages jumped out to me. Better offensive efficiency, 148th in the country versus 174th for UC Davis. And they commit fewer turnovers. On offense, 70th in the country versus 263rd for UC Davis. And they allow fewer offensive rebounds to their opponents, 83rd in the country versus 185th. Lastly, a rest versus tired play. because we got UC Davis playing the second leg of a back-to-back. Cal State Fullerton, meanwhile, they had a bye in the first round. They last played on March 7th. So you have a dog to fave line move, good splits, especially on the money line, stat advantages, rest versus tired, and then get a load of this. A Green Star recommended play from Rhythm on Cal State Fullerton, but also an official smart signal, that little, lightning rod in green, which you love to see when you're on Rhythm, in favor of a Cal State Fullerton money line play. And I actually had a recommended play from Rhythm where Cal State Fullerton was as high as minus 3.9. Again, when the line's like 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. So add it all up. I'm staying up late, putting on that pot of coffee, and sweating the Cal State Fullerton Titans to win the game on the money line, minus 125. So MTSU, North Texas, Cal State Fullerton, all three money lines. Let's try to get 2 out of 3. Get back in the green here for tonight. So that about does it for episode 473 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. This is the part of the pod where we wrap things up, and I always start first by saying thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for grinding in the arena with me every single day through the ups and the downs, the good and the bad, the great wins, the awful bad beats. But you know what? We keep our head up every day, and we know that we'll never be perfect. We know we're up against it, trying to overcome the juice and super sharp lines the odds maker set. But we approach every day with a clean slate, trying to produce a winning day, which is always the goal. But if you enjoy the pod, hopefully you value the insights. Would you please do me a couple favors? Help me grow this podcast. You can do something very easy. Just give this podcast a 5-star review on Spotify or iTunes. If you'd like to leave a comment under the review section, click the follow button. That way you get alerted as soon as the pod drops each day. Or maybe you want to refer a friend. Tell someone you know about this podcast. Get them into the data-driven sports betting approach. Or if you'd like to just retweet the pod when I put it out on Twitter at Josh_insights each day, that would be as well very much appreciated. Next, if you enjoy this style of sports betting, data-driven sharp contrarian betting, focusing on line movement, bet splits, system matches, making bets based on what our head is telling us and not our heart, focusing on the numbers, not the teams. If this style of betting has appealed to you, you've been provided a blueprint now to attack the market and you want to learn more about data-driven bets, or maybe you have someone in your life who could use some data-driven tips. If any of that is the case and you want to make my day, I would love for you to go to Amazon.com and type in the Everything Guide to Sports Betting, or type in the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook. Those are the 2 books that I've written. Very proud of both. Everything Guide to Sports Betting, probably more timely right now because I got a full chapter on college hoops, March Madness, and then, of course, MLB, which is right around the corner. But if you want to grab one or both of my books, you'd make my day. Give them a good review. 5 stars on Amazon, too. I know I'm getting greedy here. But bring them to the sports book. I'll sign them for you. I'll buy you a beer or a ginger ale. We'll get some nachos. We'll sweat some conference tournament games together tonight. Next, have you downloaded Rhythm and Juice Reel yet? Well, Rhythm and Juice Reel, my 2 favorite sports betting apps. Rhythm, fantastic for their AI-backed models and predictions for game bets and player props. Reminder, Rhythm rundown tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then also Juice Reel. So many great features of Juice Reel. You can tail the Robo Jackson best bet picks. There's a pair of plays that come out every day at noon. You can get the sharp mush indicators, arbitrage plays, shop for the best line futures. You can also tip your podcast hosts. So if you like the pod, you enjoy the insights, it's free. It costs you nothing to listen. I love that you listen, but if you really want to be a hero, sign up to get the All Systems Go best bet picks from Juice Reel. It costs you $4.99 a week. Nope, not $499 a week. $4.99 a week. So $5 for a week's worth of plays, less than $1 a day. And you get the plays early. As soon as I get them, I play them, and I got my book synced up. It goes right to Juice Reel. You can tail, fade, do what you like. But again, I consider that tipping your podcast host. Next, do you have a live odds page? Well, if you don't have one, you really need one. I can't stress this enough because sports betting's hard enough, but if you don't know the games that are available to bet on today, the start times, the live in-game wagering odds, the live scoring, most of all, if I ask you what did this line open at and you can't tell me, you're behind the 8 ball. Because did it go up? Did it go down? Again, you need a point of reference. The Odds Logic live odds page is the best one around. Maybe you have a live odds page, but it's expensive, or maybe you have one and it's free, but it's delayed and you have no clue where the data is coming from, or maybe you just don't have one and you're looking to test one out. Well, I would highly recommend Odds Logic. You get all the books in real time updating, compare the open to the current. You can pull up the line history. you can always find the best price. It really makes a difference. So if you'd like to give Odds Logic a shot, all you got to do is go to oddslogic.com/Josh123. That Josh123 at the end will give you a 7-day free trial and 50% off your first month of service. So that about does it for Thirsty Thursday edition, episode 473 of the ASG Pod. As always, guys, 2 final thoughts. 1, whether I see you at the Borgata in Atlantic City, Twin River in Rhode Island, the Brook in New Hampshire, Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun down in Connecticut, at the Encore in Boston, or Plainridge Park Casino, MGM Springfield, or the Nash in my neck of the woods on the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire, or out in the desert where the true grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found at the South Point, or Sweat and Sharp Contrarian plays, jumping in the stadium swim pool when you cash a big ticket at Circa, wherever it may be. You're going to walk up to me. You're going to show me an Idaho ticket. Idaho's really come through for us last couple nights. Whatever you do, though, Tarleton and Morgan State. Morgan State, pathetic. Again, I don't know what it is. You have a chance to win. You better win that game. You forced it to overtime. You got to think of it, too. Like, that other team was like, okay, we're going to lose here. Nope, second life, second chance. Never good when you blow that opportunity. But either way, guys, see if we can bounce back tonight and cash some tickets together here, as always. So, coming off a 1-2 or a 2-1, a 3-0 or an 0-3, a great night, a terrible night, a hot streak, a cold streak, whether we're hot as you know what and can't miss, or we're ice cold and we can't catch a break, just got to stick with it. Stay even keeled, know what we're up against, and just continue to grind and play the system matches. So discipline bankroll management and play the games that fit the model, the games that are against the public, with the house, with the pros, flat bet, avoid parlays and get that CLV. If we can do that, we're going to be successful sports bettors. So hope everyone has a great Thursday night. Let's see if we can cash some tickets here tonight, guys. And of course, I will see you tonight at 6 for the Rhythm Rundown, live on Twitter at Josh_Insights. And after that, I'll see you for a big Fade the Public Friday pod for tomorrow. That'll be episode 474 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. Good luck, everybody, and enjoy the conference tournament.